Today we are going to work on developing thesis statements for our final assessment. Your learning target is to write an effective thesis statement for a prompt. You will know you are successful at meeting this learning target by looking at the success criteria. Throughout the lesson, assess yourself and determine if you can identify the methods an author uses to convey a theme and explain how an author's choices develop a theme. Today we're going to talk about something you are probably somewhat familiar with, thesis statements. Before we get into the details, I want you to be able to share what you know. This can be very empowering for you because you know a lot about a lot of things. This will also help me to see what everyone knows and where you might have some gaps. Make a T-chart and write down what you know or think you know about a thesis statement. What is a thesis statement? Also, write what it's not. Sometimes sharing non-examples of concepts helps us to understand them better. Use the prompts to help you brainstorm. Write sentences, bullet items, or sketch images to communicate your understanding. Pause this recording now to complete the T-chart. Today you showed that you know a lot about thesis statements. A thesis is the main argument of your essay. It usually occurs at the end of the introduction. Here's a checklist to use to check whether your thesis is strong. A strong thesis makes a judgment or takes a stand, is specific, and it answers all parts of the prompt. Look at the following thesis statements. Let's use the checklist to determine whether they are weak or strong. Type a W in the box for weak thesis statements and an S for strong thesis statements. In a past lesson, you created evidence-based theme statements about otherness. Now we need to spend some time thinking about the literary strategies an author uses to develop a theme. Remember that the prompt for our essay is to analyze the techniques an author uses to make a claim about otherness. First, choose a poem to focus on for your essay. And think about all the strategies that authors use to develop theme, especially in your specific poem. To do this, complete the thought log, number 3, to determine which strategies you want to use for your essay. It's simplest to discuss one, but if you can tie 2 together, great, go for it. To decide on the strategy you want to analyze, think about which you have noticed so far in your poem. And your thought log will focus on techniques the author uses to develop the theme in your poem. First, paraphrase or summarize the poem. Second, analyze the author's style. Third, analyze the characters. Fourth, analyze the conflict. And fifth, write the connection to the theme of otherness. Which are the most powerful poetic devices at developing the theme of otherness? And most importantly, which strategies do you understand best? We've looked at many different strategies in this unit. Which made you feel the most confident? Those will be much easier to write about. After you've done all that, write your thesis statement. Look at the strong and weak samples on slide 5 for models and slide 10 for my example. Now it's your turn. Pause this recording to write your thesis. We're going to close with a language routine that can help make your writing stronger. Think about what helped you the most to write your thesis.